so that I can upload this video in your class. So I'm starting off with standard costing right now. Everyone please write down in your notebook the next chapter heading, standard costing. So let me open it in my phone also, so I can also view the chat that you are sending across. Just give me a minute. Alright, I'll just start off. I think there was no Google Meet in my phone, so I'm just installing that. Now we'll write down the chapter's name as standard costing. Okay, so standard costing. Friends, we have already learned a chapter called as budgetary control. Am I right? So now there are two things coming over here. One is a budgetary control that we learned already. Now we are going to learn something called as a standard costing. The main difference between budgetary control and standard costing is that budgetary control is more on budget versus the actual. Whereas when you talk about standard costing, it is standard versus actual. I believe I already told you what is the difference between standard and budget. I will ask question about this. Others please first, everyone please write down this in your books, then I will ask you a question. So be ready. Now you can look at me and you can answer, at least for today. Perfect. I've joined from my phone now. So, okay, I believe, yeah, that's fine. So I can see the chat now very clearly. Perfect. So any messages you send me, I will be able to receive it. All right. Fine. Okay. Have you written down this in your books, friends? Budgetary control means what? Budget versus actual, and standard costing would mean what? Standard versus actual. Now I will catch somebody from this class to tell me the difference between the three terminologies. The first terminology is budget, the second terminology is standard, and the third terminology is actual. Have I covered this in class? Yes or no? Can you please type and let me know?
Yes, sir.
I have covered it, right? Excellent. So let me catch someone now. Whom should I catch? Shantanu, please unmute yourself. He is not unmuting himself. Shantanu.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Shantanu. Can you tell me what is the difference between these terminologies? That is budget, standard and actual.
The budget is you're preparing an estimate for the coming year or something.
Okay.
Standard is like
that is also an estimate, is it?
Estimate, not like that, not a prepared for future, something like that.
Okay. No, that's not how I had told. Okay, that's fine, Shantanu, no issues at all. Let me catch somebody else now. So Shantanu, mute yourself. Whom do I catch next? Let me take the audience. Deepak, raise your hands up. Or just unmute yourself. Deepak is sleeping, my dear friends. Deepak, are you there? That fellow is not unmuting himself. Yes, Deepak. Please unmute yourself. How to unmute her? You don't have an option to unmute?
Click on that button, mute button.
Yeah, there is a mute button. There is a mic button over there in Google Meet. Down you'll see a camera button and also a mic button. Just press on the mic button. Okay, let's catch somebody else in the meanwhile. Priscilla, unmute yourself. Where is Priscilla? Yes, Priscilla, do you remember the difference between standard and budget?
No, sir.
You don't remember, Priscilla? Okay, now there is a latecomer who just joined in now. Aarti. Okay, in this Google Meet, I am coming to know the latecomers. I was not able to know that in my app. Aarti, please unmute yourself. Priscilla, mute yourself. Where is Aarti? Aarti came that same speed she left, I think. Aarti, are you there? Unmute yourself, Aarti. Fine, leave it. Let's not waste any further time. Friends, I had explained this to you with the help of an example. Let me take another example right now. Let me catch Aarti only. Let us assume the latecomers are always, asked for making some special food item for the early comers. Now tell me, the early comers, what food item do you want? Aarti is going to cook that food item for all of you. Tell me suggest some food item, friends, that the latecomers have to cook and come for the newcomers. Not the newcomers, the early comers. Biryani, is it? Okay. So now let us check burger, aloo burato. What is that, Kathiravan? Do you get some special dish item called as allo burato? I have never heard of that. Is it some Andhra special? No? It is a spelling mistake, is it? Simply you tempted me with some new dish. Typo. Fine, leave it. We will talk about biryani. Now tell me, friends, to make one biryani, normally, if a normal human being is making this biryani, how much time does it take them to make this biryani? What happened? Should I check the WhatsApp group? This is not comfortable. 1 hour. Wait. Deepak, why did you ask me to check the WhatsApp group? Everything okay? Deepak, your camera and microphone are blocked, is it? I don't know. Google Meet doesn't like you, Deepak. No problem. I will not ask you questions today. Tomorrow I'll ask you questions. Is okay? That's fine. No problem at all. Okay. If a normal human being is making biryani, it will take around 1 hour. Okay. So now tell me how many people are all attending the class right now. 21 students are attending the class. Okay. So 21 people into 1 hour means, or let's assume for time being, Aarti will not make biryani for herself. Only 20 people are there. So when you talk about 20 people, she can have three terminologies over here. One is called as budgeted hours, other one is called as standard hours, and the third one is called as the actual hours. Normally if it takes 1 hour, so for 20 people it will take how many hours? 20 hours. Let us assume they are putting a target of making this in 15 hours. And actually Aarti takes 25 hours. So here you can see three terminologies. One, a normal human being can make 20 biryanis in 20 hours. Aarti, being a super lazy person, has made the same biryani in 25 hours. But the target given to her was to make all these biryanis in how many hours? 15 hours. This is the difference between budgeted hours, standard hours and actual hours. Can you write down this in your books now? Friends, my son is also attending his online class. So little bit of noise is there, but I hope that's understandable. You want the first page? Rosemary, please write down the first page. Bharati left in the same speed in which she came in. Are you all done with this? Nostalgia when hearing him. Whom are you hearing, Keshav?
So we can't see him though.
No, that fellow is attending his class on the other side of my house. There is a partition, but the kids are making too much noise. Can you please write down this in your books now? My son is not speaking, Keshav. It is the other kids in the tablet who are speaking. It's a 4-year-old LKG class going on. Are you done writing this, friends? Let everyone finish writing this. Alright, I believe you are all done with this part now. Okay, so here when we learned about budgetary control, it is budget versus actual. But when we do standard costing, it is standard versus actual. So friends, this one is very serious. If a normal human being can make biryani in 20 hours, Aarti is able to make this only in 25 hours. She has lost 5 hours. That is dangerous. For this, she should be punished. Okay. But if the budget is kept and she's unable to achieve the budget, okay, there is a mistake happening, but it is not a serious mistake. It's something which is controllable. I hope you are clear with the difference between what is budgetary control and standard costing. So in standard costing, we are focusing on standard versus actual. So inside standard costing, you can basically have two types of variances. One is called as favorable variance, and the other one is called as the adverse variance. Can you tell me what is the meaning of favorable variance? I thought of that, my standard will be 100, my cost will be 100, but my actual turned out to be only 90. That is favorable. But if I thought that the cost is going to be 100, but the actual turned out to be 110, then it is said to be adverse. Adverse means loss goes up. Favorable means what? Favorable means profit. Yeah, loss comes down or profit goes up. Any one way you can discuss that point. Okay. Now the following variances we will learn from the basics. I will assume that you have not learnt anything at your inter level. We will start with material variance. Then we will learn about labor variance. Then you will have variable overhead variance. After this you will have fixed overhead variance. And after this we will learn about sales variance. Can you write down this overview in your books now, friends? Keshav, why thank you? Did I do something? For the assumption. That assumption is true, Keshav. Not only for you. You ask anybody any question of inter level, you will not remember. I don't know why we study inter and foundation.
Sir, is this calculated the same way as what we do in portfolio management?
I didn't get you. How do we do it in portfolio management?
The variance, is it referring to the same thing we study in portfolio management SFM?
In SFM portfolio, you don't have any. No. That is another variance. That is standard deviation and variance. No. Absolutely different. They are two completely different. No relation at all between these two things. This variance is basically standard versus actual. Okay. So my standard material cost was, let us say, maybe I'll just give you some example here so that you can get a better understanding. You have a standard, you have an actual. Based on this, you can have a variance. For example, if the material cost is 100, actual becomes 110, you are having 10 adverse variance.
Okay. I remember.
You understood this now? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you write down this? Sure. Can you write down this in your books? My son's class just got over. So long he was sleeping. Now he's happily saying bye bye to everybody. Are you all done writing this, friends? Are you all done? Okay. Let us start with material variance. Alright. So today my focus is going to be on mainly material variance, friends. I don't know how you have learnt in your inter level. I will take from scratch. Forget whatever you remember from the inter level also, because I will take in two methodologies. I don't know how other classes take, but here I will focus on logic and then I will focus on technique. Alright. Many of the classes either focus only on logic or they focus only on technique. I will mix both here. So once I mix both, you will get the overall picture. And practically also, friends, it is the same thing what is done in the industry. In fact, today afternoon I had a corporate training. In that corporate training, many companies including MRF and many other companies attended. Milma, all these companies were attending this training program. In that training also, they have inbuilt ERP system with standard costing, for which they were taking my advice. So what I am going to teach you is practical. It is something what is done in the industry also. Alright. Now let me start with material variance. To explain this, let me take this one food item. Tell me, friends, what is this? What is this? According to me, this is the best example that I can give you for material variance. So I take the same in all my classes. What is this? Bullseye omelette. Okay, friends, it is a double omelette. Okay, why do I call it as a double omelette? There are 2 eggs involved in this. Now, tell me one fellow in this class who loves double omelette. Deepak, it is not amoeba. No, Kathiravan, not a ghost by any chance. Okay. Keshav Vinod is a huge fan of double omelette. Let us assume Keshav Vinod is going to make double omelette for the first time. So we will have a standard for double omelette and we will have an actual for double omelette. Now tell me, friends, standard means normal. Okay. You are actually making it for the first time. Okay. Tell me, friends, normally, if a normal human being is making a double omelette, how many eggs will he consume for a double omelette? Come on, tell me. 2 eggs. Excellent. 2 eggs will be consumed multiplied by. What is the price per egg at which you get in the market? Normally, at what price do you go to the market and buy? 5 rupees? Excellent. So, what is 2 eggs into 5 rupees? Normally, to make a double omelette, your cost should be how much rupees over there? 10 rupees. Deepak, why making my life miserable with 4.5 here? 5 is enough. Okay. So, we will get the total standard cost as 10 rupee. Now, my dear friends, Keshav is making double omelette for the first time. He will take the egg. Try breaking it in the oven or whatever you want to call it. The entire egg will break and the eggshell will also go inside. So first 2 eggs are a total loss. He will take another 2 eggs. Somehow carefully he will break these 2 eggs and he will make a double omelette. So now what happened? He actually consumed 4 eggs to make this double omelette. Alright. So while making these 4 eggs, normally if a normal human being is going to an outside shop and purchasing eggs, they will buy it for 5 rupees. But Keshav is a new guy going outside for the first time. He goes out and the moment the egg seller will look at Keshav's face, he will understand this fellow is coming for the first time. He has no idea at all about what an egg is sold for. That fellow blurted out that one egg is pricing 10 rupee Keshav believed, he bought the egg for 10 rupee. So now tell me friends, what is the actual cost that Keshav has incurred over here? He has incurred 40 rupees. Normally, a normal human being can make eggs double omelette for 10 rupee. Keshav has made a double omelette for 40 rupees. Now the owner is really pissed off. Owner will call Keshav. Keshav, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Keshav. I am the owner of the company.
Can you hear me?
You can hear me? Keshav, normally, a normal human being normally makes a double omelette for 10 rupees. But you have incurred an actual cost of 40 rupees. I have lost 30 rupees because of this. Now tell me, Keshav, what is the reason for this much of adverse variance? What are the reasons for which this happened? Tell me the reason, Keshav.
The material cost and
Material
the
cost.
number of materials used.
One is material cost went up. This is one reason. Am I right? Excellent. What is the second reason that you told? Material used or material consumed is high. Alright. Thank you, Keshav. You can mute yourself now. So, when there are two reasons over here, one, the material, not cost, we'll use the word price. Material price went up. That variance is what we call it as price variance. And consumption became high is what we call it as usage variance. Alright. Can you write down till here in your books now, friends? Deepak, you buy wholesale rate 30 eggs in one shot. My God. Poor eggs. Alright, can I go to the next page? Many people are joining and leaving, my dear friends. We have to sort that app ASAP, is it? Why, Deepak, you are still not able to unmute yourself? Apurva will be the happiest. Unfortunately, it's a costing class going on. Deepak, mute for the first time.
Yeah, hello sir. How are you?
Is that Deepak? Are you back?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Okay. Please mute yourself now, Deepak.
Sir, app is good. You will get everyone to see when we leave.
What everyone will see, I didn't understand.
I mean, when we leave, see, Hostmania has set the meeting. Everyone saw that.
Okay,
No, I
so
cannot leave.
oh, so when somebody leaves, you're able to know. The app that was not possible, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay. No, doesn't matter. I think we will give suggestions to the class app also to track something like that.
Okay, sir, bye.
In fact, I have given a suggestion. There's an attendance marker in the app. It should be done on an automatic basis. When the students are attending the class for more than 75% of the class, their attendance should become present. Something like that has to be done. All right. Are you all done with this, friends?
Yes, sir, but only if we attend the class that this thing will come, right? Like, yeah, thanks for attending the class, express your views, like that will come.
That express your views is for you to express the feedback. That's all. I can't mark you as present. I have to call your names and mark you as present.
No, I mean like only if we complete the class, only that message will come.
I have not left my class in middle.
I have left in between and I have got that message. Sorry, sir.
Deepak, don't leave my class in between, Deepak. Alright, let's focus back now. Let's get back to the class. Okay. Now I'll go to the next one. So friends, as I told you, in the standard costing, we have two things. One is the logic and the other one is the technique. First, I will teach you the technique. Alright. So when you focus on the technique, we will go by the following two steps. Step number one is what we call it as variance table. And step number two is what you call it as variance analysis. Okay. So variance table, there is a table format. The table format goes like this: SQ into SP, AQ into AP, AQ into SP. And variance analysis, we have the formula. This will be termed as 1, 2, 3. Under variance analysis, you will have first one which is called as the cost variance, and the formula will be 1 minus 2. You will have price variance. The formula for this will be 3 minus 2. And then you will have usage variance, for which the formula is going to be 1 minus 3. This is the technique. Write down the technique. After that, I will explain to you the logical side of this after putting the numbers. Alright, I believe you're all done with this part. Okay. So I'll just draw the variance table and show you with numbers, and then I will explain the logical part to you. First, we are doing with the variance table. Okay. So the table format is SQ into SP, AQ into AP, AQ into SP. You have 1, 2, 3. SQ means standard quantity, that is 2 eggs into 5 rupees. So you get the answer as 10 rupees over here. AQ into AP would be 4 eggs into what? 10 rupee. So you get the answer as 40 rupees. Other one would be 4 eggs into 5 rupees. You get the answer as 20 rupees. And then I told you the cost variance is 1 minus 2. That will be 30 adverse. Price variance is going to be 3 minus 2. That I believe is going to be 20 adverse. And the last one will be 1 minus 3, 10 adverse. This is called as usage variance. Okay. This one is called as price variance, and this one is called as cost variance. Can you write down this in your books now? Alright friends, are you all done with this? Did everyone finish writing?
Sir, SP and AP is standard price and actual price.
I'm going to explain everything now. Yes, SP is standard price, AP is actual price. Okay. I'll now explain this one by one. Okay. First one, I'll write down now. We'll give a heading called as logic. So let me cover the logic now in detail. So we have the first thing SQ. The full form is standard quantity. Then you have SP, that is standard price. So normally, a normal human being will make double omelette with 2 eggs, and a normal human being will buy an egg with only 5 rupees. But the AQ means what? The actual quantity consumed over here is how many eggs? It is 4 eggs. And actual price is turning out to be 10 rupee per egg. Can you write down this now? Are you all done with this? Okay, I'll go to the advanced logic now. I'll continue giving the heading called as logic. Okay, now the next thing I'll give you is what is the logic of SQ into SP, what is the logic of AQ into AP, and what is the logic of AQ into SP. SQ into SP, you have 5 rupees into 2x, that gives you the answer as 10 rupees. Okay, so this is basically if a normal human being, okay, makes a double omelette with 2 eggs, he will spend how much rupees over there? 10 rupees over there. Okay, AQ into AP means the actual cost incurred by, who is the great fellow making double omelette here? Who was he? Keshav, is it? Keshav, yes, alright. So actual cost incurred by Keshav is how much? 40 rupees. That is AQ into AP. So SQ into SP in simple terms is what is your total standard cost. AQ into AP is what is meant by your total actual cost. Okay. Write down till here. AQ and SP, I'll give you in a fresh page. I believe you have put up till here in your books now, friends. Alright. Can I go to the next part now? Okay, let me go to the next part. So once you're done with this, AQ into SP is an interesting scenario. That is basically 4 eggs multiplied by 5 rupees, you get the answer as 20 rupees. This is where the confusion starts, friends. In reality, AQ into SP is an imaginary situation. It is not a real situation, it is an imaginary situation. They say if the actual 4 eggs were bought at 5 rupees, then the total cost would have been 20 rupees. This being an imaginary situation has created a lot of confusion. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Deepak, what is this jam file that you have shared with me?
Sorry, sir, I was exploring his whiteboard.
Deepak, you are supposed to concentrate in the class.
Please.
Focus back, my dear Deepak. Others, please write down this and don't explore jam box, jam file, etc. Come on, focus. Believe in yourself. Joel, you are giving request to Deepak. When will this face-to-face class start, my dear friends? I am so fed up of not seeing each other studying in front of me. Face-to-face class, everybody is so decent there. They'll sit and study nicely. No problem at all.
So why not take it in Google Meet then?
No. Then the whole thing will go. You will share this link with anybody else. I will not even know whether you are my student or not my student. App has got a proper access, everything. That is going the app itself. And then the recordings are also coming properly there. And I have no idea whether you can copy the video in Google Meet. I don't know. In app you cannot copy, is what I understand. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Time is 8 o'clock, I need to pack up. So but I need to complete this logic, only then I can pack up. Okay? So once you have written down till here, now I will tell you the logic of everything one by one. You can give the next heading, logic of material cost variance. Formula is 1 minus 2. So when you elaborate, it is basically SQ into SP minus AQ into AP is what will give you the material cost variance. So this is nothing but total standard cost minus total actual cost will tell you the logic is what is the total gain or loss due to change in the overall material cost. Can you write down this in your books now, friends?
Sir, in your live stream, you mentioned something about social society gossip, right?
Yes, Ritvik.
How did you handle that, if I may ask?
I'll explain all that. Okay, I'll explain all that. Okay, right now let me finish it because it's already 8 o'clock. Society will kill you here if you give them a chance. Done? Can I go to the next one? I will speak about this in detail in our class. Okay, Ritvik, at that time I will explain. Not done?
Yeah, okay, sir, no problem.
Yeah. The best thing about society is people who have not even done CA will give you advice of how to study in CA. They will tell you study early morning, 3 hours concentration, you will become. Super advices you will get here. Done? Can I go to the next page? Okay. Logic of, we did the cost variance, the next one is going to be material price variance. What is the formula for price variance? 1 minus 3. What is 1? SQ into SP. 3 is what? AQ into SP. Alright. So when you put it this way, SQ into SP and AQ into SP, you have SP common which comes out, and you will have SQ minus AQ inside. So the SP is a standard price which will turn out to be 5 rupees into 2x minus 4x. So that will be 2 into 5. Wait. Have I done it correctly? SQ into SP, AQ into SP. Correct? Because SP is 5 rupees into 2x was the standard.
It's correct.
It's correct only, right?
Yes,
Okay, Siddharth, why did you say 3 minus 2? I am a bit confused now. So you get the answer as 10 adverse. This is the same price variance. No, this is not price variance, this is usage variance. Sorry. Okay, I got it where I went wrong. Siddharth, what he said is right. I should be doing 3 minus 2. That is price variance. I gave the formula for usage variance. Let me do price variance first. Logic of material price variance. Okay, you would get the answer as 3 minus 2. So that would be AQ into SP minus what? AQ into AP. So here the common thing is AQ into what? SP minus AP. So I will get the answer as 4x into 5 rupees minus 10 rupees. I'll get the answer as 20 adverse. The logic is very simple. Okay, normal human beings will buy eggs for 5 rupees. Keshav bought it for 10 rupees. He lost 5 rupees on 4 eggs. Hence, total loss due to increase in price is 20 rupees. Can you write down this in your books now? Let him make some profit, poor fellow. No, Keshav, you are going to be a very, very inefficient labor in this exam. Not only this one, next one also. You shouldn't have liked double omelette. Knowing I am a vegetarian, you told you like double omelette. Now you have to suffer. You knew it. Raghavendra, why making his life miserable? He will stop coming to my classes. We have made some little bit profit in our stock market in SFM class that we can use to cover up these losses.
I have seen your video on Shani Lusman. Someone called Shani Lusman.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is another faculty, a very powerful faculty today. He is a law faculty. He was my student back in 2012. I wanted to speak about that also. Deepak,
But I thought you were going to say his name first.
I thought of saying his name also, but then he's a faculty today, so people already follow him. So I thought of sharing experience of some students who are just qualified recently. Have you all put up till here, friends? Deepak, you want to go for a Goa trip? With that 30-40 rupees, we will not reach Goa, Deepak. Even in general compartment, we cannot reach. Next class, we'll trade in options and try making some money. From that, we'll try going to Goa. Okay? Go in lorry. Have you all put up till here, friends? Can I go to the next one? Oh, I cannot set off SFM gains against costing loss. Both are PGBP only, right, Deepak, for me? I am not a tax person, but income from PGBP will have both SFM and costing, correct? So I believe that can be set off. Done. I'm going to the next page now. Logic of material price variance is done. Next one will be logic of material usage variance. Alright, the formula for this is what? 1 minus 3. So here the formula is going to be SQ into SP minus AQ into SP. So what is common over here? SP into SQ minus AQ. So 5 rupees into 2x in minus 4x, I'll get the answer as 10 adverse. Logic goes like this. Normal human beings consume how many eggs? 2 eggs. But Keshav has consumed 4 eggs. Okay. Hence, due to excess usage, okay, we have lost 2 eggs. If we buy this at a normal price of 5, even then we lose 10 rupees. Can you write down this in your books now?
Basically, we are incurring the price of 2 extra eggs, right?
Exactly. The loss due to consumption of 2 extra eggs. Are you all done with this, friends? Perfect, friends. So once you have learned this, so I'll give a summary again. So your total cost variance, total loss that you suffered is 30. Under this 30, you lost 20 rupees. Why did you lose? Because of increase in the price. And you lost another 10 adverse. Why? Because of excess usage. Everybody clear with this, friends? Can you draw this chart and finish it off? Then we'll pack up today's session.
So next is tomorrow evening 6:30, right?
Yes, tomorrow evening 6:30 we'll continue with standard costing. Are you all done with this, friends? Alright, so let's pack up today's session with this now. Perfect. Everybody is clear with whatever was taken today? Wait, I did not share my screen. Okay, I have shared, right? I'm stopping my presentation. Right, I'll just go and I believe I'm visible to all of you, right? Okay, so friends, I believe you are all thoroughly clear with whatever was taken right now. Shall we pack up today's session with this? Alright, let's pack up today's session, friends. See you tomorrow, tomorrow evening at 6:30. Thank you so much. Have a nice time ahead. Take care.
പിന്നെ അവർക്കായി നമ്മൾ ഡിഫറെന്റ് ഗ്രോത്ത് കൊടുക്കുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. പിന്നെ ട്യൂമറല്ലേ, അപ്പോൾ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിന്റെ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ്സേ കൊടുക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. അതായത് കമ്പാരിസൺ വയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ